believe in sharing experiences and learning from past mistakes. عم نجرب نخلق collaborative community at Founders Day. Enjoy your time.
كنت هيك وصلت لهون نجحت صار معي $1,000,000 بس الفاكت هو تعامل توصل من A ل B يمكن وقع شي 300 مرة.
The catch is that you have to listen to earn your pizza and beer.
Try not to start a company with your girlfriend. A lot of issues come up, so if you're not passionate about what you're going to spend 24 hours a day working on, do not work on it. The term sheet we signed was one of the worst term sheets that you can ever see, and I'm willing to bet on that. This is $26,000. It was half in cash, half in kind. The in-kind part was office space for 3 months, which is $35,000. I don't know for 3 months what office is that. Try to choose your team wisely. We were 4 co-founders. It was the first time any one of us had started a company or knew what it was. I remember in 2011, it was the first time I heard try to get as much exposure as possible to that ecosystem, and I think this is utter bullshit, a huge waste of time. Instead, what we should have done is go to conferences where you can actually find doctors and get them signed on the platform.
Being an entrepreneur is always finding a solution. Failing is not an issue, it's always trying to get the best of your failure. Telling us what is the added value of the platform, what is your business model out of it, how are you going to make money out of it. So it was very hard to get in place the solution, and it was another fail. To grow and to be as big as this cedar, you have to start that small.
The most important thing in a startup or in any business is to adapt. And now I've learned to adapt without coming to the point where we need to fail and transform. So we all consider that one day our business might transform, might change, but everything we learn will be still ours. Fuck up, but expect and be ready when it happens in order to transform or keep it going.
Well, maybe we can help you get out of that.
Okay, so I think that my greatest mess up was choosing the wrong master's degree.
So you chose the wrong master's degree.
So I actually did my master's in theoretical linguistics and comparative philology at Oxford.
Why did this choice of master's seem, I mean you did it, so at one point that seemed to be the right thing to do, right?
It was just one of the
to you, that was what
things I could think. No, I'm just kidding.
So why at that point it seemed to you that that's the right thing?
Well, so I specialized in sociolinguistics and pragmatics. I'm very interested in language and context. And so I thought that was super interesting. I still think it's very interesting. But I was 20 years old, so I didn't know that you should think of employability afterwards. I'm working, I have a very good job. I work for the UN now, just so that you don't all think I'm like desperate and gloomy or whatever. I'm happy.
But you feel that you wasted your...
I just think that I wasted some time. I could have just easily gotten into the field as opposed to wasting a few years of like trying to get my foot in the door. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
so if I could go back in time, I would have just, it's more of a resentment for 3 years of trying to get my foot in the door.
Any advice to make her feel less guilty about what
exactly.
she did?
That's exactly what it is. It's remorse. That's what the feeling is. It's remorse. I'm happy, I have a good job, but it's more like I wasted potential for 3 years.
I think you should start a Facebook page where you can share your experience in this field. In this way, if there's any student who's willing to do this master's, they'll go search and hit your page and they'll ask you, and you can share your experience with them, and then you avoid maybe they will avoid a fuck up.